Well, another win for Town. The unbeaten run continues. A 2-0 win today against Accrington Stanley. Thank you very much for joining me, Steve Mellon. Your thoughts on today's win? My boy Guion scoring again. What's your thoughts on today's win?
Yeah, I thought of you when he scored, to be honest, heading for the golden boot again. I think that was a very pleasing result because it is definitely the sort of game we would have lost last season. I thought they played well. They knocked the ball around. They gave us some problems, and they did the physical side of the game very well. What I enjoyed the most, perhaps, as well as the result, is the way we stood up to that. We kept them out. We defended well when they got the ball in the box, and then we took our chances. We were clinical when we got in the box, apart from maybe Sears in the first half missing a couple of chances. And we did game management was good, in the same way it was bad last season. And I imagine somewhere Paul Hurst is shouting at his TV if he watched that, wondering why Nolan and Enciala didn't play like that in Town shirt for him. But there you go. It
was definitely an interesting game. I think first half we were poor, to be honest. I think from the off we could see that the formation that Lambert put out, or the lineup, I should say, that Lambert put out was probably the wrong choice. I think the front three were in the wrong positions. I think Judge playing up front was just wrong because we know what Judge is like. We know that he every time he plays, maybe not against Blackpool last week, but usually when he plays, he just wanders around and plays wherever he wants. So and again, that's what he did, and we had no goal threat at all. Obviously, Edwards, we saw against Blackpool that he could play brilliantly on the left. He was put on the right, and we had no goal threat. I thought the midfield, they weren't really on the ball very much, and there was a few shaky moments in defence as well. And Accrington looked quite good on the attack. But then in the second half, I thought we were much better in the second half when Sears went back to the centre and Edwards went on the left. And then we were proven that he's definitely better on the left, and he scored a fantastic finish from him, I thought. Yeah. And then, we got that second goal. And from there, we were just comfortable, weren't we? I think, there was a few chances at the end, but we were comfortable from there. So, a bit of a poor first half, I thought, but we were definitely better in the second. And then another clean sheet, perfect with a clean sheet as well. Still, Enciala and Wilson, they're not really conceding goals, so that's good to see as well.
I'm happy overall. It's a win, 3 points. We're still top of the league, but there's one or two moans like normal for me. Obviously, I don't understand why you play your striker on the left wing, our main fit striker, let's say, on the left wing. I don't understand why you'd play someone who had a man of match performance on the left, on the right, somewhere where he's not quite so good. He made a name for himself on the left last week. So to put him on the right is just completely ridiculous in my eyes. I think John said it on the pod, it's stupid. Only an idiot would put Edwards on the right after the performance he had last week, and unfortunately we've got an idiot in charge. So, but I thought Toto in the first half, he's showing, he can have these moments where it's worrying and he can cause something to happen. So that wasn't great. But, for him, he had a good second half, so he managed to turn it around. And overall, I think in general, it's a good result. Lambert changed it at half time. He put Sears in the middle. He changed it around, and we came out all guns blazing, and we got that first goal. Obviously, excellent goal from Edwards again, top scorer, and then score again. Freddie, come from nowhere really. I mean, Accrington were just playing around with it, and all of a sudden, just a chip over the goalie, and 2-0, game's over. Really, there always will be a few gripes with Lambert, I think, but he did change the game at half time, so you can't moan too much. But 3 points top of the league, and then on to Donny on Tuesday.
First half, we didn't deserve anything. We deserved to be behind in the first half. Tactics were all wrong, but it was patently obvious. It was one of those games like Mick against Hull, where you just knew it was going to go tits up from the moment you saw it. I've seen Judge play up front before, only I haven't, and nobody has, because he can't do it. So we knew that it was going to be shite when the kick-off came, and it was. If you're being a false nine, then you have to be dropping off the striking position and dropping deep, but more as an attacking midfielder. It's more a converted attacking midfielder into striker role, isn't it? It's not that you're parallel with your deep-lying midfielder or deeper. He's got the positional discipline of a 6-year-old on speed. Even in the second half when he nominally went right, he kept popping up on the left. He kept up deep. On one side, yes, you could admire the willingness to get on the ball, but it bollocks up the rest of the team because he's never where he should be, and he gets in people's way, and he doesn't do what he should do. Second half, when Sears went in the middle, then we started playing on the ground because people were where they should be. Because theoretically, if Judge is in that hole and his link-up play, he should have been able to provide that pivot just in front of their big centre halves to put through balls in to Edwards and Sears, who'd then cut in, which is what happened in the second half when he wasn't there. Because you can't compete with long balls and high balls into the box to knock down when you've got everybody under 3 foot tall, especially not when they're all 7 foot tall. I mean, I'm pleased overall, obviously. And the second half, we were a different team. So whatever was said and done at half-time, credit to Lambert for changing around. Shame he loses a lot of his brownie points for putting that shite out in the first half. Please do not play Judge. And particularly don't play Judge up front. But please, just don't play Judge because he's bollocks.
I'll tell you what, Ross, blimey, game of two halves, anybody?
Cliche.
Like, indeed, and I'm full of cliches and stereotypes and all that jazz. I had that sinking feeling from about 5 minutes in, seeing the team sheet and the fact that Sears was up top, and then rapidly seeing him drop deep and Edwards drop deep, and Judge just does what Judge does and just kind of like disappears. But yeah, we hung on. We showed strength. We showed resilience. We were solid at the back. Going into half time, I mean, anybody that follows me, I had a brown neckerchief at half time representing how poo we were. And we were. But we went 1-0 up, and then we went 2-0 up, and it was fantastic. Man of the match, Toda Ho, Yag Shamash, Thomas Holy, the big check. I mean, they had 10 shots in the first half. Majority of them were on target, and we had no cutting edge, no fire, nothing. But we won the game. We march on. 3 more points. Top of the league. Let's have it.
It's we have to go with this at the moment. Top of the league still. Walk away on. He's really doing the business. Talk about a player full of confidence at the moment. He looks like something's going to happen, but particularly when he's back out on that left side again. Every time he gets the ball, he's so confident there. He got another chance as well in that second half that the keeper obviously had to save. It was probably an easy save really when it came to him for the second one, but you just can't stop him at the moment. Yep. So is he going to be the top scorer in the league by the end of the season? I'd love to have a crystal ball and see it at that point and where we are. But really good. And
I enjoyed the game. I didn't think we played great, to be honest. First half was quite cagey. Having said that, some of our players, I think, did their jobs well. I just don't think as a team we were good enough in that first half. It doesn't help when we were playing the 3 up front that we started with without a recognised striker. Because I know other game day regulars, David, no doubt will be criticising Judge, but Judge worked really hard and wanted the ball and tried to make things happen. But he's just not a false 9. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. He did his best in that position. But for me, I was like, I'd rather have started Sears in the centre, Judge on the right, and bloody keep your boy Guion on the left. Can Lambert please just keep it on the left? Because every time he's on the left, something happens. He's really electric at the moment. We probably deserved it overall, but on a good team may have scored some of their speculative long-range shots. But to be fair to Holy, he looked fairly confident, didn't they? He did things well. So another kind of professional performance. It wasn't quite as clinical as last week, but there's certainly another good 3 points in the bag. We're still top of the table. Hey, we've got to be laughing. We've got to be happy, really. Good 3 points again tonight. Happy. Onwards and upwards. Here we go.